skip a little bit of this because I ain't about to do that. We're gonna get straight to it.
Go do it today, and I'll come back and I'll let you guys know how it went and stuff. And I used to do this a lot. I used to do like astral projecting and
Hold up, my bad, y'all. It's your boy Fourth Eye, and I'm here. I am back, and I know I don't do these type of videos, but I'm gonna do one of these videos today. It's a reaction video. It's about a young lady who say she was deceived into like new age religion and all that stuff of that nature, and out of bodies and demon attacks. So basically, like, we gonna hear her out. You know what I'm saying? See what she's talking about. You know what I'm saying?
lucid dreaming,
You got to
a lot of
react
things with
to it.
meditation, chakra meditation, clairvoyance practices, telekinesis, really anything of the new age. That's what I would do. I used to do that heavily for about 4 years. So I went ahead and I commented on the thread and I said, this is allowing access to demonic possession. And I had surprisingly
Wait, so hold on. Let me go back a little bit because I don't know. Maybe I didn't hear that right.
and I commented on the thread and I said, this is a
I'm sorry,
lot. I
y'all.
used to do
I'm
like
a
astral
little.
projecting and lucid dreaming, a lot of things with meditation, chakra meditation, clairvoyance practices, telekinesis, really anything of the new age. That's what I would do. I used to do that heavily for about 4 years. So I went ahead and I commented on the thread and I said, this is allowing access to demonic possession. And I had surprisingly 75 likes and over 70 comments asking me.
See, that's the thing. It's like I be in my head. I be like, it's like I already know how this came about. Like how her mindset switched and said, "This is why she feels like it's all a demonic thing now. Astral projection, lucid dreaming, all this stuff. All this is opening you up for demonic possessions." I get why she say it, but at the same time, I know that it's foolish. Lucid dreaming, really, open you up for demonic attack. That's what, like, it's like in my mind. I'm like, are people like, do they listen like to themselves when they say certain things? Because it's like I'm trying to put it in a way because I don't want to make nobody feel like I'm like attacking anybody, because I'm not really. I'm just like it bothers me when people always want to put demonic on certain things, like, oh, lucid dreaming is now opening you up for demonic attack when everybody dreams. So you're not understanding that this is all spiritual. Most like the what people are trying to get you to understand is that there is more shit going on than you understand. She like I already know it's about to be some I heard voices. I seen a demon. I was terrified. I ain't gonna let me just play the video.
Can I prove it, or can I send them the testimony to my experience? So basically what I want to do right now is just go ahead and talk to you guys about my
Oh, she
experiences so
wasn't
you
even
guys can be a
started
little
yet.
bit more open-minded into what you're actually getting yourself into if you are doing it, and if you were thinking about doing it, this is the reality of it. And I just want to go ahead and warn you guys and hopefully stop many of you. A lot of the people that I sent my testimony to, the written one, they were all very shocked, and they were just kind of, even some of them considered themselves Christian and yet didn't know anything about this.
We ain't about to read all that. Let's skip a little further. Sorry.
Started this meditation process when I was about 12 years old. My parents were going through a divorce, and around that time I had a lot of depression and anxiety.
I was just
So
about to
I
say that.
wasn't eating very well, and my dad decided to take me to the doctors. Every doctor that I went to would basically prescribe me
I'm gonna need y'all to hear listen to what she's saying in the beginning, and it's gonna make sense. She says she was dealing with her parents was going through divorce. She was meditating or getting into meditation at a young age. She wasn't eating. Just listen to the words.
Medication and would just give me all this type of stuff that I didn't want to take, because inside in my spirit I even knew that that medication wasn't going to help me. After so many doctors that my dad was taking me to and he didn't see any progress, I ended up going to this other doctor. He was still in a clinic. It was a real doctor, and I explained to him how everywhere that I went, basically they all wanted me to take medicine, and I really wasn't trying to do that. And he agreed with me. He was like,
She was hallucinating and stuff. I don't know if she said that or not, but it's not. It wasn't hallucinations, but that's what she was dealing with, in my opinion. Either she was hallucinating or she was just hearing voices. And you have to understand something about people. When you are dealing with any type of like trauma, like say for instance, she was like 12 years old, I think she said, when she started trying to get into meditation and all those things, because her parents was divorcing. That was weighing on her. She was dealing with depression, anxiety, or whatever. She wasn't eating. That means that she was like, and she was in a depressed state. Spiritually, her vibrations was low. So she was in a dark place. You're not eating. When you're not eating and it's not no purpose for you not eating, like you're not fasting, you just stop eating. That starts to, that can, if you're dealing with something psychological, that can intensify it. Because even though you're not doing this for a reason. Like you're not fasting saying I'm trying to get closer to God. I'm fasting because I'm trying to get closer to myself. I'm fasting because I'm trying to get closer. You know what I'm saying? Understand life a little better. You're just basically not eating because you're dealing with depression and anxiety. You're dealing with something, a dark energy that's just got you just down. That's why you're not, it's like that's why you're going to experience what you experience, because you're fasting without a purpose. You're just not eating. And that's messing with your mind because you're also meditating. So it's like, however you was meditating, I don't know. We're gonna get to that in the video, and I hope I'm not being too long-winded. And I'm finna stop, but yeah, I just wanted to say that.
yeah, you don't have to take medicine. What you can do is start meditating. The way he explained meditating to me sounded just so like so simple and so easy, and so it just sounded very right. He just basically told me that it was getting to know me and it was getting to tune in with myself, and you know, he just made it sound perfect. And that's exactly what I wanted at the time. I just wanted to find myself again. I wanted to have joy again and happiness in my life, because I just felt like everything around me was falling apart. But right after that doctor appointment, I ended up going home. And when I got home, I just remember I went on YouTube. And on YouTube, I basically searched meditation music. I wanted to kind of like get in the zone of it. I didn't really know how to do it, and yeah, so I started meditating with music, and I just kind of would lay there and I would just play music and kind of just relax. And at first it seemed really nice and stuff, but sooner or later I started looking at the suggestion videos, and a lot of them were like how to find your spiritual self, how to find spiritual guides, inner peace, mental health, all of these other things. And I was just really
I don't think none of the stuff she was really saying sounds that bad. Now maybe it's gonna get better, but everything she was saying just now, the doctor saying like, well, you need to get a little, learn how to meditate and do this and that, sounds like they was leading you in the right direction. If you ask me, I think my mic might be too loud, but I'm sorry if it was. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit.
Intrigued by that because like that's really what I wanted. It went from just me finding a thing to help me relax to me being on this mission and finding who I really was. I really believed I was an indigo child. For indigo child, for those that don't know, are children who are believed to possess special, unusual, and sometimes supernatural traits and abilities. So I really believed that because I was like, if I'm being called from being a normal person that believes in religion and I'm being called to find my inner God, you can say, I'm an indigo child. I'm somebody that stands apart from everybody, and I don't need to, I really don't need to go to anybody else but myself to make myself feel better. One meditation led to another, literally. I started spending about no less than 2 hours a day to 6 hours a day or even more. Many times I wasn't even going to school anymore. I would just stay in my house and I just wanted to meditate, and I really wanted to reach this higher self. I'm not sure if this is going to make sense to a lot of people, but the deeper you can meditate.
I just need to say one thing off of what she was just saying. Um, that can be a little dangerous. She kind of got like this. Um, what do you call that when somebody like once they get into something, they become obsessed. They become like obsessed with it. It's like they got to do it every day. They got to do it. I got to figure out this now. I got to figure out this now. But I got to do this and I got to do that and I need to do this. It's like that. Like, oh, slow down. Take your time. Hold on now. Take your time. You know what I'm saying? When you fix some pipes in the house, you turn the water on slow. Make sure there ain't no leaks. You know what I'm saying? Then you put that full power on there. If it's a leak, it's going. If you rush it, it's gonna explode. You know what I'm saying? Like just let it. Just don't get obsessed with it. There's some things that you can do in life that you can be obsessed with, but you don't want to get obsessed with this because you still have to balance this physical reality. You can't get to the point where you're obsessing so much that you can't work, you can't go to school, you can't do this because you're so obsessed with I need to be meditating every day. Like dang, the whole time you hear it, you got to understand that this is an experience too in itself. It might be hard and it might be stressful, but it's actually a part of the experience in itself too. So you got to be here as well. You can't be in your room every day meditating, trying to come out your body. Take some time. Don't fry out your nervous system. Don't let it become a point where you feel like you are depressed because you're not succeeding at trying to have this experience. Sometimes if you're just gonna be meditating every day, that's cool. Meditate with a purpose. Meditate with a purpose. And meditate to feel good. Meditate to heal the body. Meditate to heal the mind. Meditate to go deep into your subconscious and forgive yourself for things you've done in the past. Make it your point to get rid of things that you need to let go of. But I'm gonna start this video because I started rambling again. Sorry.
The more you can connect to yourself, and that was my goal. I really wanted to find my inner God. So soon enough I ran into chakra meditation. Chakras are described as psychic energy centers, and there claims to be 7 different chakras, and the chakra that I was intrigued by was the third eye chakra. And this chakra claims to be the Soke inner realm of spaces of higher consciousness. With doing chakra meditation,
Everybody always want to start with the third eye chakra because everybody be wanting to see the supernatural. Everybody want to start with the third eye. Third eye is really mostly intuition, and you it's like you gonna see too, but intuition is deep in itself. Even just what all comes with intuition, but yeah, everybody always go to the third eye. That's how you know we're in a microwave society. It's about balancing all the chakras, not just going to the third eye and just opening the third eye. Now, your third eye a lot of times naturally is going to open anyway. Most people's third eye is open. If you're having vivid dreams and they feel real, your third eye is probably open, because that's your. It's like that. It's like it just said. You becoming conscious. You feeling energies. Your intuition is being on point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but everybody always go to the third eye first. Start at that. Start at that root chakra. Balance that chakra. Become celibate. Work on your creative energy, and not the root, but the root survival. You gotta balance. You gotta ground yourself with that. But you got that sexual chakra that's coming up. That's like you in that sexual area, so you need to work on it all the way up until you reach that crown. It's cool to get the third eye open and all that stuff, but a lot of people gonna open up their third eye and it's gonna terrify them, and they're gonna go right back to sleep because they rushing. They rushing. You moving too fast. Slow it down. Eventually you gonna get the speed up.
I soon enough started chanting things that now I look at it and I'm like, what was I doing, right? But I started chanting. I started practicing hand symbolic gestures. They're called mudra or mudra. I'm not very sure how you pronounce it. I'll put it on the screen so you guys can know what they're called. And these hand gestures are found in Hinduism and Buddhism and in yoga. So yoga itself also is a gate for this type of demonic possession. And astrology became my go-to in knowing people. Anybody that I met, I could just look at their characteristics and be like, oh, you fall under this zodiac, or you hold these characteristics because of it. And I was so into the zodiacs. I was so into astrology. I just loved it. My whole life revolved around it. I wanted to ace it. And soon enough, I started doing the practices like
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I I know, like, I don't know about astrology like everybody else do. Like, I know I'm a Cancer, but I don't necessarily live by horoscopes. When I'm meeting people, if they tell me that it's a sign, and I'll be like, oh no, I don't mess with them type signs. I don't really believe in that. I feel like once you wake up and you understand yourself, you learn how to look back at yourself, and you can look at your flaws, and you can accept yourself for your flaws and change and become better by looking at your flaws, being able to accept the things that most people are too prideful to admit when they was wrong. Being able to look at those situations and change, it changes. Like, most people that would meet me would be like, you don't even act like a Cancer. But I understand, like, when I see certain, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not totally like into that type stuff. Like, if I was to put that on a scale of things that I really like focus on mostly, it would be very low, because I like to meet people. I don't like to know who that person is. Like, if I meet you, I don't want to be like, oh, you a Scorpio, before I meet you, and then when I meet you and I'm like anticipating that Scorpio energy, and that's what I'm gonna get because I'm attracting it. I want to meet you and not know what your sign is, so I can say, okay, I actually got to know this person without them telling me they was a Libra or a Scorpio. So I can already have this predetermined way that I look at you already. Like, oh, this person is a super freak. You're a Cancer. You're a super freak. I know what this is about. No, I was playing. Let me get back in the video. Sorry.
like clairvoyance and practicing telekinesis and all of these other things. And I also, towards the
Damn,
end
telekinesis.
of my time doing all these things, I was seeing auras on people. However, once I started doing this very religiously, I'm telling you, every day I would do it for at least 2 hours to 6 hours or even more.
Damn, six
Whenever I would
hours.
be meditating, I would start
6 hours. 6 of them. 6 hours. Hey, look, I done been meditating for a long time before too. I done been meditating probably 3 hours, but I'd be damn if I do it 6 hours. But I would like to see what would happen if I was to meditate for 6 hours. That would be hard because eventually you're gonna start to feel your body again. But I guess you have to really like focus so that you don't get uncomfortable. Cause it be sometimes I be meditating, I be like, God damn, I feel my hip. I'm like, shit, I need to pop my back or something. Like,
feeling presences. Like, I would feel somebody in my room, I could feel something lay across me, and I kid you not, I did everything to protect me during the times that I was meditating, because there were such things as bad energies that could come into your, your consciousness or whatever and try to harm you and da da da. But I didn't know that these energies are demons. These demons are real. They convince you that they're not demons and that they're energies and that there's good energies and whatnot. No, there's no such thing. These things are demons, okay? That's the one thing you guys need to really
did she just say there's no such thing as good energies? What? What do you mean? How you go from you believing in God now, you a Christian now, that no good energies exist? It's not a real. Maybe she misspoke. Maybe I'm just. I don't know.
grasp onto and just kind of like let go of everything else that they try to tell you. It's not true. These are demons. I remember that I got to a point of feeling that I was just this really like different special person with this practices, that I could go into a store and into even school or hanging out with my friends, and when I would be with them, I just felt like everybody was lost. I just honestly looked at everybody like, oh my god, you are so dumb, like you just don't understand the world, you haven't found yourself, you're not woke. You know what I mean? That's what people call it, like being woke. I was just like, you guys are sheep, like you guys don't even know what you're doing, you guys don't even know who you are. It made me
She was one of them cocky spiritual people. She was walking through, yeah, you peasants. Look at you eating that pork over there. Nasty, eating meat. Supposed to be a vegan. Ew. How could you? You less of a than. You lesser than. She was all that mean girl, spiritual mean girl. Lesser thans, get away from me, peasants. Get your filthy hands off of me.
cut off a lot of people because I just felt like everybody was lost, and I started isolating myself a lot more than usual. And that was very rare because I was a very outgoing person before my anxiety and depression and everything. Like, I was such an outgoing person, and then I started realizing, if this is supposed to help me find myself, then why am I isolating myself again? I'm pushing everybody away. Another side of me was like, well, I'm being rewarded, I'm being set apart, I'm being different than everybody else. So that's really what kept me on. Like, that's really what made me keep going.
Why she couldn't get to a point where it was like, I'm getting to know myself. Like, oh, really? It's like, oh, I'm not like everybody else. I'm not like. You're trying to find yourself. Yeah, you don't know what you are yet. You haven't even found yourself yet. I'm not like everybody else though. Y'all stupid peasants. No. But nah, she was a lot of people go through their phases when they going through spirituality, like when they trying to learn. They get like to the point where they start looking at everybody else like, dang, they stupid. Cause even me, sometimes I be talking to some people, I be like, damn, They don't know what's really going on. Look, but it ain't to that. Like, I don't be like, man, they stupid. I just be like, they unaware. Like, they not stupid. They just unaware. It's not something that they vibrating to yet. And everybody got their time when they're gonna actually reach that point where they understand this stuff fully. It's only your job to plant the seed to grow the tree. You know what I'm talking about? And hopefully that tree bear fruit.
This entire process, I was having really weird times where I would have visions and just really paranormal things started happening to me. And I grew up Catholic, so there was something that I was like, okay, that's not normal. But I wasn't really devoted to being a Catholic, as you can tell. I was agnostic, so I believed that there was a God. I just didn't know who God was. I started thinking that God was the universe. So a lot of things that I would notice, I was just like, whoa, like that's scary. For example, there would be times where I would have visions during my meditations, and I wouldn't even know whether they were real or not. There was one time that I had this vision where I was running away from a demon, and when the demon caught up to me, it bit my arm. Like, it literally, like, I remember when I turned and I looked at it, the demon launched on me and grabbed my arm very hard, and the bite that I felt woke me up. And when I woke up, I felt that bite. I still felt it, and it physically hurt me still. And
Well, guys, that is possible. No. Well, that is possible. You'll wake up and be like, but it didn't actually hurt you though, because you didn't know what you could have, that that whatever that was you experienced, you could have put the spiritual beats on it, but you were so afraid, you was running from it, you was giving it more power than you was running all that fear. He running behind you, eating all that fear and getting stronger and stronger. So when he bites you, you feel it. You feel pain a little bit. Your fear is crazy. That's strong. You wake up when you feel it still. Like, I didn't feel a scratch before. I woke up like, what the hell? Like, that was crazy. But hey, I'm not saying she didn't experience what she experienced. I believe her. But I think that the way it made her, I feel like that she's using this as an excuse just to become a Christian. It's like, just become a Christian. Don't use this as an excuse, or not even an excuse, because she really believed that everything about everything she said is demonic. Some demonic shit happened, but not everything you was doing was demonic.
it was really scary to me because I was like, whoa, what was that? I thought it was a dream, but I can feel it. There was times where I would be woken up and I would feel something pull my leg. And I remember when this happened, it just literally scared me because it pulled my leg very hard. I literally got dragged for a little bit and I was just like afraid. They started getting worse though. There was one time where I had my best friend over and
I ain't gonna lie, when I first started having alibi, if something would have grabbed my, well, I did have somebody grab, they didn't grab my leg, but they like grabbed my foot. But I was like, a lot of times when you feel stuff like that, you be in sleep paralysis, and you don't know it. You still feel loose because you loose. Sometimes you'll be loose, and you don't realize you loose. So you still feel like you in the real world, but you like laying in the beds because you'll be moving, and you'll be like, you so used to being paralyzed that, or not even saying used to being paralyzed, but you're so used to being, if you are used to being paralyzed, you will be like thinking because you can move that you're not paralyzed, but the whole time you actually paralyzed, but you just moving your energy body. So something might pull you, and you might go, what the hell is that? But eventually, if you open your eyes, you'll see it might be, you might have been getting pulled, and then when you opened your eyes and actually seen what was pulling you, it could have been like you've been looking at a different life, and it was one of your family members pulling your leg. You just know, but that fear when they pulled the leg, you're gonna be like, oh my God, Jesus help me, Mary Magdalene, please come help me. You gonna do that because you gonna be scared. Goddamn
just me
shit
and
on
her
yourself.
in my house. And I guess I had invited her to come eat with me and stuff. So she was sitting in the table, in the kitchen table, and I had my back against her because I was washing dishes. And when I was washing the dishes, in the midst of me turning to look at her, because I was, like I said, I had my back on her. When I turned around to see her, in a second, like everything just went slow motion. I don't even know how to explain it, but as I was turning, like my vision just kind of focused at the wall that was right there in front of me. And in that wall, I remember a demon just manifested right there in front of me. And I don't want to go into detail of how it looked because it was just very terrible. But the demon manifested right there, and I just got in this shock and I yelled.
It seemed like she had something dark following her when she first started dealing with the depression and the anxiety. She been having this stuff following her, the anger, the parent separation, the depression. They coming. That's they food. They coming. But you started becoming spiritual. But in the back of your mind, you probably still wasn't. You still wasn't over. You still had anxiety. You still had depression. So the demons were still there. It just got to a point where you start to actually see them.
Really, really hard, and she can stand by this. And she started screaming too because I screamed, like I literally screamed like I was about to get killed. And she was like, what's going on? And I started explaining to her what I was seeing, and then she's just like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. I mean, I don't see it. Like she didn't see anything. It made me think to myself, oh my god, these things are following me even when I'm not channeling them. Like I wasn't channeling them to begin with. In my head I wasn't, you know, I was like, I just want good vibes. But these things are what's the reality of it. This is what you're channeling. You're not channeling these good vibes, okay? No. And whatever protection you use, whatever angels and
She talking about channeling them. You wasn't channeling them. You wasn't channeling anything. They was there. They been there with you since you was 12. They was with you. You wasn't. Not. You might have been trying to contact something that was lighter, beings and stuff, but you was probably still dealing with those ones. They was just sitting there tricking you. You gotta think you was feeding them depression, anxiety. The more energy you give them, the more they can fool you because they can look a way to make you feel like they are angelic or light beings. You were being fooled.
substances you use to protect you, they are not, you can't fight these demons with demons, okay? So anyway, I remember that it sounds funny now, but she went on her phone and she was like, this is that, like what is this, like what is this, like it looks like this, it looks like that. I just remember I went in a shock and I was like, no one's gonna know what I'm saying. Like no one understands what I'm saying. No one even, I don't even know if they believe me. And she's a very awesome person, so I know she took my word for it. But it was just the fact that I was like, oh my god, I'm messing with something very demonic. So that really scared me. And I remember I was just like, okay, I need to chill on everything that I'm doing because obviously something's really going on. I just started kind of stopping it, but just like minimizing it. So it went from like 6 hours to 2 hours to.
She never took any accountability that any of this had to do with. Maybe I might be wrong, but like when you're dealing with something like that, you got to take accountability that this was you. These were things that you were dealing with. These demons that you was experiencing was a part of you. That didn't come from you doing spiritual things. That didn't come from you having out of bodies or lucid dreaming. Those demons, spirits, was with you the whole time. You blaming it on all that demonic stuff you was doing when you're not understanding that you was just It wasn't even. It's not saying that that's demonic what they do. Like, you were just chilling with demonic spirits. You were being comforted by demonic spirits. You were being um, lied to, manipulated by demonic spirits because you fell into depression. You opened up a door. That's why it's good to learn how to balance your energy, your emotions. When you start to feel like you're gonna become out of balance, you need to meditate, get back in balance. Because if you let anger, depression, anxiety, if you let that win, you letting a demon win, or what we would call a demon, a negative spirit. It's something that you are creating through your depression, through your anxiety, through your anger, through your resentments. You creating all these what we call demonic spirits, and they're attracted to you because, like, that light, you got that light, but you got that darkness coming off you that they can feed off of, and they can show you who they are in a different light, to make you believe that they are something positive that's coming to help you work on your energy and drain the shit out your ass.
Just like 30 minutes a day. I will look on YouTube like how to close my third eye, because if you open it you have to close it or something like that, but that's not true. Okay, you need Jesus, and I'm so serious, I'm not even playing. Like, you actually need Jesus
You need
to
Jesus.
you need to repent for what you're doing, okay? And you need Jesus to deliver you from that, because you have opened yourself to some really, really bad things. At that time,
See, this the thing. See, I'm trying not to keep up, but she said you open yourself up to some really bad things. It don't matter if your third eye is open or if it's closed. This is what irritates me with people who become super religious and to the point where they don't understand something. It don't matter if your third eye is open or if your third eye is closed. It don't matter if you see the spiritual realm or if you don't see the spiritual realm. No matter what, if you have some negative stuff around you, it's gonna be there. No matter what. It's not just because you warning people not to do demonic stuff so that they don't see what's around them. You opened your third eye up and you saw what you manifested. You saw the pain and the depression and all the stuff that you manifested, and you was afraid of it. You was afraid of yourself. You couldn't conquer yourself. That's why people get to the point where they get to this level and then they be like, I gotta go here, because they could not conquer themselves. They could not conquer their demons.
know that, so I just started going on YouTube like how to close my third eye, da 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 da, and I thought I closed it. So I was like, okay. During the entire process of me finding my inner self, I was into psychedelics a lot so that I can just meditate better and stuff. I had taken it multiple times, so it wasn't out of the ordinary. And it wasn't until one time where I was with some friends, and my friend had picked me up, and he picked up my cousin and stuff. So we were all just gonna hang out and go to the city and chill out. So that day I took a tab, and I just remember feeling so nauseous.
She took a tab. I don't know. Maybe I can't say that on here because I don't know. But she took a substance that ain't gonna lead to nothing good for you. You got anxiety and depression. You already questioning everything. You hearing voices, and you gonna take some medication. Oh Lord, I see where this is going.
So, in an attempt to make myself feel better and take away the nauseous feeling that I was feeling and the weird sensations in my body, I laid back in the seat and I started doing the breathing techniques that I knew for meditation. And it hit me. I was like, why don't I just meditate right now, especially if like that's exactly what I do whenever I feel this sort of way. Sure enough, I start meditating, and then I remember during the meditation, I'm not sure how long I was doing it for, probably well over 10 minutes, and I started losing feeling in my legs. Like I remember I touched my legs and I was like, am I like tweaking right now, or why can I feel my legs? And I remember that I was starting to touch my hands, like doing this, and I couldn't feel my fingers and I couldn't feel my hands anymore. And that started really freaking me out. I knew I was like in my body because I could make myself clamp my hands or move my toes, but I couldn't feel it. I was like, oh my god, am I still in my body? And this is while I'm like meditating, you know? So I have my eyes closed and everything. And in a split of
She wasn't clenching her physical hands. She wasn't clenching her physical hands. That was her third body. Just like I was saying earlier, a lot of times people be thinking they in a body, they meditating, their eyes is closed. If you start doing this and you're not feeling your hands, it's feeling different. It's not your natural hands. You are just sitting in your body loose. You about to have an out of body.
second, you guys, I kid you not, I just like get out of my body. I see myself laying there in
Exactly.
the car. Like I don't see anything else. I just see my body. So yeah, I was out of my body. Mind you, this was something that I always wanted to achieve and I had done to a certain extent, but I had never fully saw myself like that. I don't even know how long I saw myself there for, if I could guess, because time went kind of irrelevant at this point. But if I could guess, I saw myself for probably about 8, 10 seconds, and I just started freaking out. Like I just started like touching my body, like I was just trying to wake myself up. If you guys know anything about meditation, you can't just like snap out of it. You have to start with your toes and kind of make yourself up again and start waking your body up. And no, I was just like, oh my god, I need to get out of this state. I don't know where I just went in, but I need to not ever go there again, because the feeling I felt when I saw myself out of my body, I was like, I'm dead. Like I literally thought I had died. I get back in my body and I stand back up, and I just remember I got up from the seat and I just start looking around, and my friend that's driving, he's like, are you okay? Are you fine?
That what you see, y'all see what I'm talking about when I say fear in the other videos? That's what I be talking about. See, people be like, "Oh, I don't fear anything." Like, I get over fear, but I'm saying it's easier said than done. Look at this. She had one of the most basic outer bodies. She came out her body, floated up, seeing herself laying down, and freaked the fuck out. And I'm pretty sure she gonna say that's demonic too.
No, I think I just saw myself out of my body. I was meditating. And he was like, oh, you were meditating? That's why you were laying down like that? And I was like, yeah, bro, I just saw myself out of my body. I don't even know how to explain it. He just kind of like looked at me like, what? And he knew that I was feeling panic, because you can just see it in me that I was just like, whoa. So I start freaking out, and I'm trying to keep it like on the low key because I'm not trying to freak anybody else out, because I don't even know what's going on. In the middle of me freaking out, I start hearing all of these things in my head, and I just start feeling in my body that there was something in there. Like, I know that sounds so scary, and it's because it is. I would go from knowing what's going on to 1 second being so into what they're saying, what they're talking about, and I could only hear them and I could only see darkness. And I just remember thinking,
I think she forgot she was on drugs too.
oh my god, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. Like I feel like I'm going crazy. And everything that I could hear was mocking. It would be laughing. It would be like they were demons literally laughing at me, and they would be like, "Ha, we got you." Like I kept hearing, "We got you. We tricked you," and a lot of other things that weren't even verbal. I just knew that they were like happy that I had done all of this because it pleased them. Like no matter how well I do explaining it or how much I try to let you guys know the way it felt, I would never be able to. It was so horrible, and it went on for 6 hours. I kept feeling this. I was just battling through some really bad demons, and I got to a point where I told my cousin, I need you to pray for me. Like, I know you are probably not anywhere close with God either, because we're both on the same boat right now, but I need you to pray for me. So she pulls me in.
This ain't like a bad story, but it's like I thought it was gonna be more reason. Like I thought, how can I say this? I thought it was gonna be a better reason to call all this stuff demonic. I thought it was gonna be better reasons besides the regular, like, it just sounds like somebody that had an awakening and she couldn't handle it. It scared the shit out of her. And she was battling with her own demons, and she ended up seeing her own demons, and she could not conquer them demons. She needed an outside source, so she called on Jesus, and Jesus came through, and Jesus wiped them out. You know what I'm talking about? Came out there and did a thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know Jesus out here. Jesus out here samurai and shit. But it's getting late, and it's like, I think that should be about the end of the video, because I'm kind of ready to go to sleep. So y'all stay blessed. It's your boy Fourth Eye. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I know I don't do the reaction videos, but I appreciate y'all.